Dude, I've just realized the implication of what you're saying, and I've never thought of this before. I think about this shit a lot, right? I've read everything that
Yes.
you've read. I've read a lot of stuff around red pill and black pill. And I've only just realized that one of the potential solutions to this is to go back to a
Hmm.
polygamous culture, because if women can't get rid of their hypergamous nature, if we can't raise men's level of competition up in order to be able to match the women,
Hmm.
one of the solutions to make fewer people overall be single is to have many women with one man at the top
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
just leave the men at the bottom to be cast away. That's fucking terrifying.
That's terrifying, and it's not what we want to do. That is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for social upheaval and just societal disintegration. If men are simply cast aside because they're inadequate.
Fuck. But that's the
Yes.
case at the moment. That's the case at the moment with it being non-polygamous.
So in essence, so as we just pointed out, it's that polygamous setup where it's one man with many women,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of these men who are incapable of attaining a sexual partner are being left in the dust.
Fuck, man. That's so I never thought of the fact that a potential solution, and I'm going to guess there'll be a utilitarian rationalist out there who would say that this is actually an optimal outcome as long as you can control this underclass of sexless men.
Yes.
That you actually end up reducing the number of people overall that are single by doing
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
But you very, very much create a bifurcated society. You have the haves and the have-nots. And the Matthew
Yes.
principle comes out with this as well.
I think that's a terrible idea. Like giving I guess the high value, the 1%, all the women and the leftovers for the men. I think that's a terrible idea. I think it's culture, and I think it's culture's values. The fact that, like, Dr. Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time. Like this idea of high value men, I feel like it's been perverted within our society. So Dr. Jordan Peterson puts 3 different examples, right? He says if you put a rich man but a useless man, a poor man and useless man, and a poor man but useful man, that overwhelmingly women pick the poor and useful men. I think the idea that women want men in their lives that are capable of taking care of the household, protecting the family, and being ambitious enough to have enough finances to take care of his wife and kids, I think that has been perverted in our society, that women want men that can buy them Birkin bags and front lace wigs and drive a Jaguar and have millions and trillions of dollars. That has been perverted. That is not really like innate in women. We want men that are ambitious and not lazy. We want men to say, if I have a child with you, will you be able to help me financially take care of this kid? We want men that aren't cowards and that's going to protect us if someone's breaking in the house. That has been perverted to something else because our values in our societies are so fucked up. We practice junk values. So the values that we think we want in men or we teach girls to want in men is junk. The idea that the red pill community themselves act as if a hardworking, working class man is somehow the type of man that you settle for, that is proof that we practice junk values. Why is a carpenter or a construction worker or a plumber or a technician is considered, the guy that you settle for, or even a garbage man? Like, why are those men considered like the bottom of the barrel when those are hard working men, right? A lot of them had to get trades. A lot of them own their own businesses as plumbers and plumbers and technicians and something like that. Those are the type of guys that keeps your society running and functioning. So why are those men considered low value? I don't understand that, and I think it's because we practice junk values in our society. If we change that, if we change our idea of what's considered high value or what's considered high quality or a man to go after, I think you will see a shift and a change. But we don't actually do that. Even within the red pill community, they push that idea that a high value man is just someone with money. That is it. It is not someone who has values and morals and principles, or someone who's going to sit down and pray with their wife. They teach high value is just money and cars. And I understand that you're going to say, well, women go after that because those women has also been taught that that is what high value is. But there are tons of normie ass women out there that just want a regular ass dude. But the problem is with the red pill community is they hyper focus on the worst type of women and then make it seem like that's all women. And the other problem is that normie girls don't have build bodies. Normie girls don't have Instagram thought OnlyFans bodies. And that's another part of our junk values that we tell men to go after certain type of looking girls. You're not going to have a housewife that looks like an OnlyFans girl. It's not happening. So you have to ask yourself, where are my values? Do I want a regular schmegular looking girl that might look like a little bit of a potato but can be my housewife, or do I want to build a body girl that look like she could be an Instagram thought who's not going to be a housewife? And by the way, the whole housewife thing, we don't even live in a society anymore where people can afford a housewife. So that's another stupid rhetoric that I see sometimes in the red pill community, telling men to, women to go after men so they can be housewives. Have you seen inflation? Have you seen what's going on in society? Most men can't afford a housewife. So you want a partner, not a partner as in a feminist way, but a partner that's also going to be equally contributing to the household. And not a partner that means that she can emasculate you or treat you less like a man because she has to help with the finances, but a partner that's just going to be part-time working and helping with the household and helping with the kids while you bring in the rest of the income. I really think it's just our societal values that are really fucked up.
With the women's side of things, they're being encouraged to not accept not a subpar mate, but a difficult situation.
Middle of the road average guy.
Difficult.
But what is below average? That's the thing with values. Like for me, a construction worker is not a low value. A plumber, a technician, or a tattoo artist, or whatever, it's not low value. I feel like, for me, money doesn't make someone value. Like, again, I want you to have enough finances where you can take care of yourself and we end up having kids that you can help finance the family. But for me, I don't think money makes someone low or high value. I think it's the quality of the person who makes them low or high value. But again, that's not the values that we cater to. And then again, I'm not talking about female nature. I agree that women want men that can be financially secure and protect the family. That is not the same as buying Birkin bags and a bunch of material possessions. That is not the same thing. We perverted that value. We perverted that natural instinct to match the junk values of our materialistic society.